Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me on the Light Journal podcast. I'm Jamie Perez, and today I'll be talking about manifestation and its role in our spiritual growth. Recently, I was doing a morning meditation when I received some rather ambiguous information, and I ended up exclaiming, "So now what am I supposed to think?" Spirit showed me that we create the rules for our life before we come here. We establish what we want to achieve, kind of like a hidden treasure. Then we choose who's going to play the game with us and where we're going to play it. After our game is over, we integrate that knowledge, wisdom, and experiences into our spiritual self. That's why we're here, to play a game full of challenges and risks so that we can learn from it, so that we can grow and expand our light. We're playing a game, a simulation or video game per se. And in this game, we're continually confronted with challenges. When we overcome one challenge, we begin the next. Each time we overcome a challenge, we gain strength so that we're up to the next challenge. This means we are constantly fighting our own feelings of inadequacy because how often do we recognize how much we've grown through our life experiences? If our mind hasn't caught up with the new us, well, we still feel like the novice players and we're completely unaware of just how protected, strong, and powerful we've become because of our life experiences. Now, we're challenged on a variety of things. Some are physical, some are mental, and some are spiritual. And sometimes we get a combination of all three. As I discussed in the 7 Levels of Service series, the first level is incarnating into this body and growing into it, becoming familiar with how it functions, its innate abilities and weaknesses, and how to get the most out of it. This is the novice level where we're learning how to walk and talk, how to reason, and how to function in our family and society. Depending on our environment and our mind-body form and function, we may or may not thrive. Some may find their entire existence is just survival. Others may be more focused on relationships and career choices. But whether it's survival mode or thriving mode, this is where you chose to begin your game. Despite what you may be going through in this first novice level, know that this is where you chose to start your game. I'm reiterating this because the more difficult your life circumstances are, the more you expected of yourself in this life. I recently did a past life reading for a client who has experienced a lot of trauma throughout her life. And you can see her past life reading on my YouTube channel. It's called The Scribe. In her first past life reading that I did, she was declared insane and institutionalized for her entire life. When I recently did her second past life reading, we went a lot further back to about 300 or 400, where she was a member of a religious group known as the Abionites. They were a sect of Christianity that was outlawed by the Roman Catholic Church and persecuted into near extinction. During these years, my client was a man, and he served as a scribe for a bishop or a pope or someone else like that in a position of power. The thing of it is, he didn't actually support that bishop or pope. He was there to undermine them. And he did a lot of disreputable things that violated his own beliefs in order to try and save his religious sect. None of it worked. When he died, he was filled with feelings of failure, inadequacy, and self-loathing. This became karma that he carried into subsequent lives. My client kept incarnating with mental and psychological baggage that she came here to overcome. Despite how our spirit sees physical life, once we're in human form, we forget why we came. When we start life with physical, psychological, or environmental baggage, this is our normal state of being. It's all that we know. It's what's familiar to us. We may not even realize that it's the first level of service and the novice level for completing this human game that we came here to play. So what does all this have to do with manifesting? everything. We've manifested our beginning. We've chosen how, when, where, and why we're playing this game of humanity. At some point in the game, however, we need to recognize the power of manifestation that dwells within us. We need to see how we've set the rules. We've chosen the goal. We've chosen the players. We've even chosen the location, culture, and society in which we want to play the game. We did that. So if we manifested the game, doesn't that mean we can also manifest changes to it? It also means that manifesting isn't about worthiness. You don't manifest because you're perfect or because you're more worthy than someone else. You manifest when you know who and what you are. You manifest when you realize this is a game about leveling up. Manifesting happens when we believe so deeply that we claim it and celebrate it before it's even visible. It's not even about what we want to manifest. It's about recognizing we can, recognizing that we're the author and programmer of our own story. I know for the longest time, I felt unworthy of what I wanted for my life. I thought that manifesting what I truly desired was selfish and self-serving. I didn't understand until recently that we're supposed to be manifesting. That is part of the game. We're source in the flesh, so we're creators by our very nature. And what is more natural than creating our own life story and altering it when we're ready for something new, when we're ready to grow? I'd like to finish this podcast with a message Spirit gave me during a recent morning meditation. Jamie, what do you want from your life? What do you seek? You're creating your reality, so what does it look like? Is it what you want? Create what you desire. Make it into the life you want. To surrender to Spirit doesn't mean passivity. And yet, how often has that been your response? Be, Jamie. Be what you want to be. You are divine. Claim it in all areas of your life. Don't be deceived. You are the creator of your life experience. So decide what you want it to look like, then create it. This is your divine path. Be the creator. Yes, your spirit guides will assist you, for within your passion is the path you chose before incarnating. Follow your passion. Creating your life is simply surrendering to being. That is how it works. So be passionate, be proactive, and your life will unfold as it has always been intended. Thanks for listening. I'm Jamie Perez with the Light Journal Podcast. If you'd like to explore your past lives or develop your own spiritual awareness, you can learn more on my Facebook page, The Light Journal. Blessings on your journey, everyone.